So this week, we'd like to start out this podcast with a very special announcement. Last week, Brandon got all of his teeth removed at the dentist. If you were following us on Twitter, and Brandon, can we see the results of this operation? Can you show me those fake teeth of yours?
Yeah.
Oh man, that's some good fake teeth. Can you pull them out and show them to me?
Oh my God.
Oh Jesus Christ!
Haroma.
So that's how I started this episode. Haroma.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like when someone has no teeth. Anyways, welcome back to Stacked Episode 5. This is the teeth episode. All right, yeah, put that teeth back in. Okay, good. They're back in. I'm your host, Ethan.
I'm Brandon.
And I'm Chris.
And today, we're talking all about movies, believe it or not. The movie show where we share our triple features, we debate, we express joy, we cry, we love each other, we explore. We experience and we explore. Fellas, I kind of forgot to catch up with y'all last week. I was so excited about guilty pleasure movies, kind of just dove right into it. But how are y'all doing? What's going on? What you been watching? What's this past week been for cinephiles like yourselves, Chris?
For me, it's been pretty good. I'm continuing my one movie a day crusade, which I've never done before. I am currently, I think, two months strong. I don't know if I'll be able to keep this up that well into when school starts again and everything, because it gets very busy. And I mean, you guys, amongst all people, must know how difficult that is. But yeah, I mean, I've been having a good time. This week I got to check out some really interesting movies. For example, I finally saw The Last Black Man in San Francisco. I watched Hereditary for the first time last night. All very, very interesting, very like the kinds of movies like you always have sitting in your list that you happen to miss in the theater or something like that. So like, it was just nice catching up on like the things I've always wanted to watch but never really found the time to check out. But yeah, it's been a good week. Brandon has had a very busy week.
Oh my God.
Yeah, go ahead, Brandon.
Share. Do share.
So, I decided to watch the rest of the Ghibli movies I hadn't seen, which is a lot because I didn't realize how many were in their canon. And I got to the point where I was like, holy crap, like I'm like so far up like in movie totals this week. I got to beat my record, which was set last year, the week before Avengers came out. I watched 29 movies. I watched all the Marvel movies and then just a few after that. So I watched 30 movies this week.
Holy moly.
Mamma mia. I remember we were going to have a race to watch the Ghibli movies. You won. I still haven't finished them. I got 2. We started, I had 5 left. He had 14. And I had to go, and I went camping over the weekend to my cabin. I guess it's not really camping, it's cabbing. I lived there for a weekend. Yeah. And I have no internet there, so I had to just watch DVDs the old-fashioned way. I had no HBO Max, So you did it. I challenged you to beat me. You beat me. And for that, here.
Oh, your eye?
Yep. I'm going to save this eye for you when you get back.
You could just send it in the mail, man. It's fine. I'm
going to put it in a jar, and then I'll put that in like some styrofoam. I'll send it to him all the way to Arizona for you.
I'm glad. I would love to have a third eye. But yeah.
Good job. I'm proud of you in your 30 film watching.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Should I go for 31 this week?
31?
31. That was so difficult though. Like just like I would be like, I'm watching movies, and my friends my parents would be like, why? I'm like, because I got to beat my record. I'm excited to watch all these movies that I haven't seen before. I've got time on my hands because school's out, staying inside. There's not
Scream and
much.
shout.
Scream and
You-
shout.
You're sitting in your big recliner chair with your wife beater undershirt with a mustard stain, beer in one hand. Ma, I gotta watch 30 movies this week. 30.
Hey,
She's
Ma,
like, all right, honey.
what am I gonna do with him?
Ma, more butter on the popcorn. It's movie time.
No, but it was a good time. You know, I watched a monkey movie. I'm sure you'd like that. That was
so
my
jealous.
It was my 30th movie of the week. Joey and Tori invited me to a Netflix party. We invited Chris and you, but you didn't come.
Yeah, but it was region restricted, so I couldn't join in that episode. That screening. Yeah, hopefully the next one. Yeah.
No talking movies in Hong Kong.
No talking movies?
No talking
Yeah.
monkey movies in Hong Kong.
There's no more sound in Hong Kong movies. We're done.
Chris watched 7 silent films this week.
I love the Hereditary silent version. Oh, it's my favorite. Oh, Ari Aster, such an auteur.
Hereditary. A good Salt Lake City film, if I do say so myself.
Was that set in Salt Lake City?
Park City and Salt Lake City.
I had no idea.
The kid goes to West High, which is it's where my roommate Ben went. I don't know if I should disclose that. Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Well, they graduated, so good luck trying to find out. Anyways, yeah, this week was pretty mellow for me. Like I said, went to my cabin, watched I watched the Any Which Way But Loose duology. Is that how you pronounce it? Like a trilogy, but it's 2 movies.
Yeah.
I guess.
So I did Every Which Way But Loose and Every Which Way You Can, which are fucking fantastic movies. It's Clint Eastwood as he's a bare knuckle brawler, and it's I guess it's a sports movie. Could have included this on this list because it's about. Oh yeah, well they already know. They clicked on the show. It says sports movies in the title. This week's about sports movies. All about sports balls, tossing balls, hucking balls, hockey balls, first base, second base. Who cares? Sports. Yeah. I just had a fucking
Well done. Well done.
Well done. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, Every Which Way But Loose. Clint Eastwood, and he has a pet orangutan named Clyde. Not really a pet. He's like he has every right as a normal man. They go to bars and they drink and they fight, and it's the best.
I'm gonna watch it tomorrow.
Really?
Yeah.
Watch them both. Can you watch them both back to back? Please. No. Any Which Way You Can is arguably better than the first.
Then why isn't it higher in your rankings?
Because sentimental value. I don't know. Discovering Every Which Way But Loose was it was insane. But Any Which Way You Can is arguably funnier. It's more ridiculous. Clyde the orangutan, he poops in cop cars like 4 or 5 times in the movies. Mm-hmm. So it's a good ACAB movie.
Oh.
ACAB endorsed stacked recommendation. There you go. All right. Enough about us. Hey, let's get to the movies, huh? So like I said, we're doing sports movies.
Sports are coming back.
Brandon's the sports guy on this show here. He's all about them sports. I don't even know what a ball is. I can't even comprehend spheres. Brandon, he's holding up a baseball. Toss it. Whoa! Did you guys watch it cross the screen? That was insane. Brandon, what's going on this week with sports? What's happening in the world of sports? Chris and I are just 2 of these little sweaty nerds in our basements. We've never seen the light of day. We don't even know like I said, we don't even know what spheres are. Like, what's going on with sports?
They've been gone for 3-4 months. People have been upset about it because they don't have anything else to do but be angry at the world. And now you're starting to see like the most popular American sports, such as basketball, baseball, and the NHL, come back and start their regular seasons or start their postseasons. And football's coming back too, but that's a little bit more down the line.
Football would be hard to come back. Gotta touch people. I saw on Twitter they're not allowed to trade jerseys anymore. Is that a thing?
Yeah.
You can't trade jerseys, but you can tackle a man to the floor
and sweat on him.
And so I don't know. I guess the movie Concussion was right. I don't know what that
About what?
They're fucking idiots.
Oh, okay. Okay. All right.
You heard it here first. Football heads, meatheads, your sport sucks. Says the sweaty little nerd in the basement. Your sport sucks. Crawls under mattress, never to be seen again. Anyways, well, that's pretty interesting that sports are coming back. There's going to be empty stadiums, I guess, you know?
Yeah, no crowds. They're gonna pump in crowd noise so people on TV can be like, "Hey, it's like there's people there."
I mean, have
It's
you
like-
heard about what's going on in Japan with how they're doing sports there?
No, tell us.
So, much like America, sports are picking up again in Japan, but they are also integrating, like, you know, they're not allowing crowds to enter the stadium while the players play and everything. So, you know, all that's going to be broadcasted, you know, on, you know, their local sports channels. But in order to generate the same amount of energy of, like, you know, a crowd audience, you know, at the game, because, you know, obviously that feeds into the players and that's part of that experience for them, obviously. What they're actually doing, they have robots and the Boston Dynamic dogs standing there and cheering for them.
What?
So,
Yeah.
They're just putting cardboard cutouts in the stands here, and you can purchase one for like $25, and like they'll put it in the
What?
yeah.
yeah, they have Boston Dynamic dogs just kind of bobbing up and down in the stadium.
You sports fans are crazy.
What the
That's
Korean
awesome.
Baseball League did is they put like all of the all stuffed animals behind home plate. So there was like a Garfield, like a
That's so
Mario.
nice.
Mario, he's
Mario.
here. What if a player
He's here to
like,
watch me pitch.
he's up to bat, he looks behind, it's Mario. Oh god.
He starts sweating profusely.
Heading.
He's my hero. I don't know if I could do this.
I knew this day would come. I gotta be brave. Gotta hit that ball out of the park. Well, that's interesting. You know, like it kind of reminds me of like laugh tracks with sitcoms. Is that gonna be the new?
Yeah. until
Like
until
when
next
they-
year, yeah.
Yeah.
When they start shooting sitcoms again, they're just gonna they're not even gonna do the live audience thing. They're just gonna get people to go and throw everything in post.
You know, while I was editing last episode,
Mhm.
y'all will know that I put in some laugh tracks there, and I just let them run like all the way with no interruptions.
Too long. But
I
that's what
remember
makes it
watching
funny.
it.
But
I remember watching it, just being like, "What the fuck? Did he make an editing mistake?" Like, fuck it, it's
No.
funny.
that's all intentional. I just wanted that because laugh tracks are so fucking weird. Like when I was editing that episode, I really just had a big brain moment. I'm just like, this is like some Big Brother ass shit. Like, you laugh here. This is how you're supposed to laugh at this funny show and stuff like that. And I'm just like, I don't know. I don't know if I agree with it now.
You disagree
like-
with it?
I disagree with it. I'm not gonna put up a counter.
Fun
it
little, a fun little tidbit about laugh tracks. Apparently, the original laugh tracks were recorded way back in like the 30s and 40s. And recording fresh laugh tracks, apart from, of course, if it's a live studio audience watching the show as it's being filmed, that doesn't happen anymore. So if you're watching a show or something that has post laugh tracks added into the thing, you're likely listening to people that are not even alive anymore. Laughing.
They don't even know what the jokes are about. That's the
Oh.
problem.
That
You're
doesn't
using-
sit well. That's even more disturbing.
Yeah.
They're
Disquieting.
using the voices of dead people to be like, show funny. Laugh like these dead people. Oh my god.
It
Well,
works.
hey, you learn something new every day, and you
Yeah.
learn a lot here on Stacked Podcast, on the Stacked Show. Huh?
Ah,
All right.
Jack Nicholson,
All
and
right.
this is The Shining.
Ah. Okay.
I'm
well,
John Lasseter. This is Studio J.
Should we get
Oh.
John Lasseter to introduce the Stacked Podcast?
Oh no.
I'm John Lasseter. Look at my Hawaiian shirt. Well, I'd like to introduce these 3 film fans in the Stacked Podcast. Come closer. Uh-oh. No.
Okay.
All right. That's enough. That's enough chatter. We're like 15 minutes into the episode, maybe. Let's get to the films. But first, what is this dang show? You're probably clicking on this video, surfing the internet. You just found this show. These three sweaty nurses talking about sports? What the heck? What is this even about? Well, I'm about to tell you. Once a week, we set a topic or theme and go our separate ways to construct our own 3-film stack. Then after a week, we come back here on the podcast and share our own stacks 1 film at a time. At the end of the show, we will mix and match our 9 films to make the ultimate decision on the quintessential 3-film stack we are checking out of this hypothetical video store. Pretend we're in a video store. We're running around. It's movie night. We're like, hey, let's watch some sports movies, but we can only check out 3 of them. Which 3 are we going to be? Timmy, Bobby, go pick out 3 films. I'll go pick out 3 films as well. Which one should it be? That's how this show works, okay? Get it? Got it? Good. Let's get into it.
That is the first time you've done that flawlessly. It only took you 5 episodes.
Flawless victory. Hey, I bet it takes some hosts like 30, but I got it down 5. Yeah, no big deal. I'm one of the $1 million brothers, okay? We're the $1 million brothers on this show, all right? We own $1 million. Get it down.
See what you did, Chris? You inflated his ego.
All right, well, I'm going to humble myself down a bit because guess what? Brandon, I'm going to let you go first this episode. The sports
Wait,
nut.
I thought it was your turn.
No, it's not my turn.
Okay, fine.
Chris went last episode. I went the one before it. It's your turn, man.
I stuck with the same sport.
The same sport for all 3 films.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Same genre.
Same genre. Same genre. Is
You'd
each
hope so.
sport a different genre?
No. I mean, no. They can't be. My number 1 movie is a 1994 movie called Angels in the Outfield, a baseball movie starring Danny Glover, Christopher Lloyd, Tony Danza, and Joseph Gordon-Levitt in his 4th ever movie. So he's a child in this movie. A child.
No.
It's
child. Well, tell us about it.
It's a movie about this kid who's a foster kid who loves baseball, but his favorite team is the Angels, which is shot right by where we lived in college.
Where I live right now?
Yeah, right where Ethan is right now. Here's the address in the description.
There you go. Bring that back again.
Yeah, there you go. and he loves the Angels, but they suck. They're really bad. And he goes to the games. He gets to go to a game because of being a foster kid for some reason. And he prays one night that his dad can finally be a part of his family as long as the Angels win the pennant. And there are actual angels who try and help the Angels get better so that he can go back to his dad, essentially. It's a very touching story, very heartwarming, very sentimental. They popped this on in a bunch of classes, religious classes, apparently. It's not a religious film, though. I promise you that. But it's very heartwarming. And honestly, great baseball movie. Very fun.
All right. Angels in the Outfield. I gotta come clean here. You know how I established that I'm a little sweaty nerd who lives in my basement, doesn't even know what a ball is. Making a sports list is really hard, so I have not seen a lot of sports movies. But this sounds. I'm not a religious man, but hey, if it's here in my hometown, not my hometown, my second hometown, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
The Angels. Did the Angels get better after this movie?
In real life, yeah, actually, they did.
The Lord
it was very
mysterious ways.
It's weird because in the movie, there's this the Angels literally manifest themselves, and only the kid can see them, and they cause this guy who bunts in the bottom of the 9th inning to cause 14 errors of the other team because the Angel was just throwing the ball around, and they're like, what? Because it's not supposed to move like that. And they're smacking each other trying to get the ball, and then he makes it inside the park walk-off home run, and the Angels are just messing with him. It's crazy. It's good stuff.
Chris, have you seen this movie?
No, I haven't. I haven't seen very many baseball films, to be honest. If you asked me how many baseball films I've seen, the only 2 I could think of are Benchwarmers and Air Bud 7th Inning Fetch.
Ooh.
Brandon, do you happen to know if I've seen this? Okay, there's this Matt LeBlanc movie called Ed.
Oh,
That's technically a baseball movie, right?
that was so
Yeah.
close to being on my list. Ooh.
I knew.
The monkey movie Ed, where get this, guys, a chimp plays baseball, okay? But it's not even a chimp. It's a dude in a chimp suit. It's worse effects than Planet of the Apes, the originals. And it's just, anyways, why are we talking about Ed? Brandon, tell us more about your film. Like, how are the sports like shot? Is it a good depiction of cinematic sports on screen?
It's not the best. It's good because it's like shot in an actual stadium, but they never play a night game, which is bullshit because baseball, there's always night games in baseball. The team chemistry is very stereotypical. What they do get right is the relationship between the manager and the fans and the manager and his players. Like, I think they get that right. But as far as the actual sports goes, like, it's kind of like the least good one because it's the most focused on the actual story of Roger trying to, balance wanting a family and the Angels getting good again. And it's really slapsticky and fun, but it also has some heart to it, like his dad doesn't want him. The Angels suck. The whole reason why he said that is because he didn't think the Angels would get good. Matthew McConaughey's in this movie. I think it's one of his first movies as well. Like right after he did Dazed and Confused, he did Angels in the Outfield.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Well,
he plays a dumb guy though.
A dumb guy?
Yeah.
Huh. Well, that's a really solid classic sports movie. I've heard Angels in the Outfield. Like, that's always tossed around. I think it's a good classic way to start this list. So, my first one. I wanted to start a little bit lighthearted about sports, so I did a good satire on a certain sport, and this sport is NASCAR, driving, racing.
I know it.
Going around the track, let the rubber burn on the road, NASCAR. And my film is Talladega Nights, the Ballad of Ricky Bobby. This is one of my favorite comedies, directed by Adam McKay. I mean, God, it's the second good Will Ferrell, John C. Reilly combo film out of the two. There's no other third one that I don't want to talk about. It's just those two. No Holmes and Watson, get the fuck out of here. Get out of here. But yeah, this is a great film that like it depicts and satires the culture around NASCAR, and as well as like the culture around American macho isms. Like I'm gonna go balls deep into a hog and fire this shotgun because I'm a fucking man. But this film does great at parodying. Also, lots of tropes in sports movies, like the underdog, because Ricky Bobby gets into a crash and he has to build himself back up, and the montage of getting better, where he has to train himself to be able to get in a car and drive again, because like he gets in a horrible accident that like makes him not able to drive again. So his dad puts a cougar in the back seat, and there's just this great montage of him trying to get in the car with the cougar and stuff like that. And also, yeah, just satirizing like American nationalism and stuff like that, and like American Christianity as well. Brandon's even get jerking off and how they like to jerk themselves off. One of my favorite scenes is when they're having dinner, when they have their family dinners together and they're eating like fucking Domino's or some shit in this mansion, and they're praying to the sweet 4-ounce little baby Jesus weighing 7 pounds and 4 ounces. May learn about numbers and colors, watching little Einsteins and stuff like that. It's a good old time if you want to watch a good fun movie parodying NASCAR culture. And yeah, that's my second one. Brandon, you've been making a lot of motions over there. What do you think about Talladega Nights?
This was like the talk of my school when I was a kid. Like everybody was like, "Have you seen Talladega Nights?" And I was like late because I never saw it. And then I saw it like early junior high, I remember. And I remember really liking it and really enjoying the chemistry between Will Ferrell and John C. Reilly. Like, I think that's where it was their first movie they did together, right? I'm pretty sure
it come out before Step Brothers.
I think it did.
Yeah, it did. Yeah.
Yeah. And I just really enjoyed it. Like the scene that most speaks to me is his crash scene where he's running naked after he gets out of the burning car because he has to take off his suit.
Yeah.
He's still got his helmet on, but he took off everything else. And like that scene has ingrained itself deep into the abscesses of my young mind and has stuck around with me since.
Yeah. Chris, have you seen this movie?
No, I haven't. This is yet another movie that I've heard of, but I've never brought myself to see. Yeah, I literally have nothing to say about this movie, and because I have no opinion on it. I've never even seen a still from this movie.
Really?
So-
Well,
Yeah,
that's good. You can go on blind now. Well, not
yeah, that's
completely blind because we described some scenes. We analyzed some scenes for you, but
Mhm.
it's still a good watch. When you get down here, let's watch it together. Let's have a good
Yeah, that'd
time.
be great.
Let's get
Very
some
dumb.
beers.
Very
Yeah.
dumb, but also like it pokes fun at the culture in a really awesome way, I think.
Yeah.
Right.
Sacha Baron Cohen's great in this movie.
Oh yeah, I
Wow.
forgot he was in it.
He plays a French NASCAR racer who's sponsored by Perrier. Yeah. And just his rivalry with Ricky Bobby. He's like the main antagonist of the film. And it's just like, oh, it's great. It's
I
great.
forgot he was in it.
Hmm.
Great.
But yeah, that's my first pick, Talladega Nights. Chris, take us into your first one. What's your
All right.
first sports movie, bud?
Well, I'm going to start off with. All right, I'm going to start off with. I've never really figured out what order I'm going to be pitching mine in, but I think I just figured it out. Because Brandon, I know there's a movie that you think I am going to pitch, but I think I know what you thought I was going to pitch,
Oh,
but I'm not going to pitch it today.
Oh.
Now, okay, here's the thing about my list this week. Every movie that I am pitching this week has actually been was actually initially something very different. But I realized that the movies I had initially picked were not that great of like manifestations of what sports means to people. They were more just about like the it didn't capture that energy for me. So for Brandon, I think the movie that you were hoping I would pitch was, well, not necessarily hoping, but thinking I would pitch was Air Bud 2 Golden Receiver.
yes.
Oh, Air Bud 2.
Air Bud 2. The other ones don't matter. This one stands on its own. Anyway, so I was going to pitch that, but then I realized that that's more of a movie about family and less about the sport of football. So I'm going to forego this movie, and this pattern emerges again in my other movies. So I'm going to move this one aside. Now, Ethan, I am so glad you made the joke earlier about a certain director, John Lasseter, because my first pick is Cars.
Now, I thought we had 2 NASCAR movies on this podcast.
Cars, the greatest
Cars.
sports.
The best one. So, God, how do I start with this? Cars is a movie about this young rookie race car. Remember, not race car driver, race car, named Lightning McQueen. He is in the running and a fan favorite to win the Piston Cup. But after a strange tie, he is forced to go to the finals in another city. However, on his way there, he runs into some issues and must now overcome and reevaluate his view of the world and his understanding of what sports means to him and other people. I'm
Chris-
making this a lot deeper than it actually is.
Chris, this is a great pick. First
Yes,
of all.
it is absolutely a great pick.
I think it's one of the most underappreciated Pixar movies.
Yes, it is.
It really is. I think it really taps into something that we can all really relate to today about not being able to fit in an area because of how you were raised and how like you act in a certain way.
Right.
And honestly, like it captures the roadside element of like the evaporating nature of like old towns and cities off the side of the freeway because the freeway's there and now just people drive past it to get to the bigger destinations.
Right.
And like the movie is just it is kind of deep, and I think it is one of the most underrated of early Pixar canon.
Yeah.
It's no Cars
could-
2. No, just kidding.
Yeah,
Cars 2
I
sucks.
could see Ethan's face like just melting at the thought of us discussing this with such depth. But and yeah, like there are some like moments of just like what the hell is going on? Like like I can't even make. I
Mater.
won't even. Yeah, like Mater is just.
Mm,
I fucking love Mater, but
trash character, though.
he's well, literally, but yeah, I mean, like this movie, like, yeah, of course, like as Brandon said, like the deeper message behind it about like, you know, growing up and everything like that, and like your upbringing and how that informs who you are, but also like the energy of those movies, like racing sequences, especially that opening with Sheryl Crow's Real Gone, okay, I'm just saying right now, one of the best openings to a movie all time. Okay, this is a top 10 openings to a movie. Just hearing him say "ka-chow" in the dark. Are you kidding me?
Ka-chow.
No, Owen Wilson's got it. This is a great movie, and yeah, you guys. I know you guys have seen this. It's a great movie.
I like Cars.
Lots of fun, great messages. Yeah, not much more to say beyond that. You guys, Ethan, do you have any input on this?
I haven't seen Cars in years.
Oh wait, you haven't? Oh, okay. I thought you hadn't
in
seen
years.
it.
I've seen it. I know I've seen it because I know I know how the whole film goes down. Because Lightning McQueen goes and meets Mater, and he's like, and then they find that older dude who used to be a race car, right?
Yeah,
so good.
And then
he becomes a better person, or a better car.
I saw someone say this movie is the exact same movie as Thor, the 2011 movie.
So they ripped off Thor?
No, Thor ripped off Cars.
Right. Thor ripped off Cars. Yeah, right. Yeah. Like 06 or something.
But you know what?
Yeah,
I love this pick.
Yeah, I mean, a while ago, Joey and I rewatched it at his place, and he could not stop like just watching the movie, and like that's the thing about this movie. You can't question the logic of this Cars universe because nothing makes sense and nothing works, but somehow it works. You just got to go with it.
It's
like
just
every little thing is just you got to just go with it.
Compared to the other Pixar movies, that's the reason why it gets as much hate as it did. If it was a DreamWorks movie, it would probably want to be one of their top 5 movies that they've ever done. But because it's a Pixar movie and we expect more out of them, it often gets dragged to the bottom with like The Good Dinosaur, which is trash.
It's at the bottom of my list.
And Cars 2.
I've only seen the first Cars. I haven't seen 2 or 3.
Oh dear, wait, you would love Cars 2. What are you talking about?
No, I wouldn't. It's a Larry the Cable Guy movie. Oh god.
All right. Well, that's my number 1 pick.
Wow. I love to see it. Okay. So I was discussing with my roommate like sports films last night before we did this podcast, and I brought up Cars because I told them that I was doing Talladega Nights, and I was like, "What about Cars, though?" And we're like, "Nah, no one's gonna pick Cars. That's stupid. Nobody's gonna pick Cars." But here it is. It's on the list.
There it is.
Oh my god, that's amazing. Yep. Cars. Okay. Here we go. We got baseball and 2 car movies for our first picks. Brandon.
Let me balance it out. I got another baseball movie.
Balance it out for us.
I got Rookie of the Year. You ever heard of this movie? 1993. Came out a year before the other one.
That's the one with the kid, right?
These are all kids' movies, Ethan.
Oh yeah, they all star a kid.
Why do you say that so seriously? Ethan, I swear to God, these are all kids' movies.
I don't know what the third one is, but
it's a kid who sucks at baseball. Roger Ebert notably likes my last 2 movies. Weirdly. Like, it's kind of weird.
Clout.
Yeah.
That's clout.
He sucks at baseball. He's so passionate about it, though. And he, like, embarrasses himself one day in front of, like, the girl he likes and his baseball team, and they all hate him. And he goes
I thought
to
you were
school.
talking about Roger Ebert for a second.
No. He's dead.
Go on.
So the kid goes to school the next time, and there's a girl who does have a crush on him, who doesn't think he's entirely ugly, to quote the movie. And he tries to impress her, and because this guy throws like a baseball at him, like while they're at lunch or something, and he trips on another baseball that's lying on the floor, and he lands on his arm, and he breaks his arm. So he snaps it, and his arm has to be put in a cast like this, right? Like, Ethan, put this in there for them so they understand what I'm doing. All right, and it heals wrong, so that now he has a super arm, and he goes to a Cubs game because he loves baseball with his friends, and they hit a homer, and every time you hit a home, or the opposite team hits a homer, throw it back onto the field. It's sports tradition. And he throws it, and it goes like 100 miles an hour to the catcher at home plate, spins him around, and he's like, "What?" And then they're like, "Get that kid," because the Cubs suck. Because in every
Kill that
sports movie,
kid.
no, every sports movie begins with either them really good and then falling apart, or them being really bad and needing to get better. And this kid gets signed by the Chicago Cubs. He's 12 years old, and he gets signed to a major league contract to play baseball for the Cubs. And
Nice.
it's insane because he has to grapple with like things that you wouldn't grapple with, like splitting time between school because it's like ending when he got signed, and becoming an adult and being able to spend time with your friends and not waste your youth. And it's so fun. It's another movie that has a lot of slapstick humor, but also plays to baseball. How could you not like the hidden ball trick joke? I know you guys don't understand what I'm talking about,
No.
but that's okay.
Yeah, what the fuck does that mean?
Is that when they do like the fingers like, oh, 1, 3, 4, 5?
No,
That
that's
means
not
like
it.
home run it with a spin.
No,
That's what those fingers mean.
no, yeah, no. It's fine. Don't worry about it. It's a wonderful childlike whimsy of a movie.
Chris, what do you think?
Amazing theme. I forgot to say this.
Small child joined Cubs? I don't think so.
I don't know. I mean, again, I haven't seen this movie. I feel this is going to be a pattern across all of Brandon's movies.
Between you and me as well.
No, we're gonna put one of my movies in there.
We will.
Okay.
We will.
No. We
No,
don't
we
have
won't.
to.
I know you're picking some classics, so, but I just haven't seen them.
Trash.
I am.
Trash. Ethan, you are trash.
I hate to break it to you. Don't watch sports movies. Kind of trash. Sorry.
All right. The thing is, I wish I had something to say, but I don't know what to say.
Brandon, you made him speechless.
I'm so glad I could do that.
Rookie of the year.
Yeah, it's John Candy's in it. Come on, the theme's good. He's the okay.
Oh my god, Gary Busey's in this movie.
Yeah, Gary Busey plays. Okay, here's the thing that I gotta mention before
I
we.
want to pick up this little kid, and I'm gonna put him on the Chicago Cubs while I'm smearing my ass on a bagel.
That actually sounds a lot like it in the movie. Not gonna lie, because there's a weird trope that I forgot to mention within these movies. Every movie has either one of the parents. No, every movie has one of the parents dead or like a deadbeat who like left. In this movie, it was a deadbeat. In the last movie, it was the mom died. So like it's basically about raising your single kids with baseball because that's how you preoccupy your time. It's lovely.
All right.
Lovely.
Lovely. Rookie of the year. Very nice. Good pick, Brandon. Let's go into my number 2. So my first pick was more of like a satire of the sport, a little lighthearted. Now this next one, we're gonna get a little crazy. We're gonna deconstruct like the psyche of an athlete, you know. So the sport that I did is figure skating.
Oh no.
Oh no, I know what this is.
The movie I chose is I, Tonya.
Wait.
Right.
Oh, I thought it was Blades of Glory.
What were you thinking, Brandon?
I was thinking Blades of Glory.
Another
scared.
Will Ferrell movie? No, that one's not very good. No, but this one's more serious.
Yeah.
I think
Okay.
I, Tonya is a
It is a
great
good movie.
movie.
I'm gonna go to the bathroom.
It's. Are you kidding me?
That's never happened before.
All
All right,
right.
everyone. We'll be back in 5 minutes. Give us a second.
What?
What the fuck?
What the? Hey! Come on!
I never thought that would happen.
He didn't even ask. He just said, "I'm gonna go to the bathroom."
And he just left. I like how he didn't even say like, guys, can we cut for just a second? I really need to pee. Like he was like, all right, I'm gonna go.
He
See ya.
didn't even let me finish.
Yeah. You know what? We should keep this audio in.
I'm gonna
We're
keep this in.
Yeah. All right, we're gonna keep this intermission. I hope everyone. Yeah.
When he gets back, I'm just gonna pretend like I just finished talking about the film.
Yeah. Okay. And I'll say, you know what, Ethan? That's a great pick. I think we got to put that on the stack.
Yep.
All right. We'll do.
Wait, he might have his he might be listening right now. No, he's not. He has his
He
wired.
has headphones in. Yeah.
So he can't be listening in right now. He knows nothing about what's going on right now.
Okay.
Brandon has picked awful movies so far. What the fuck? Yeah. What is going on? Just like Brandon said last episode, like we don't even have to see a movie to judge it. No, the summer episode, not last one. As he shat on Benchwarmers without even seeing it. I already know these are awful movies. We're not picking any of them, guys. Okay, guys. Also, let's do this while Brandon's not here. When this episode's released, please. And so yeah, that's I, Tonya. Right. Fantastic film. Margot Robbie does an Oscar-worthy performance, and yeah, that's my film. What do you think, Chris?
Yeah, I really love this movie. Brandon, I think I saw this movie with you, right, Brandon? Or something like that. I think I did. No, I didn't see this with you. I saw this with Troy. Yeah,
they're two different people to get mixed.
Yeah, you guys look nothing alike. Anyway, but I really like this movie. The way it's like not only like as Ethan said, like the deep messages behind it about like how abusive and emotionally like tolling like an industry like this can be sometimes, but also just like the way in which the figure skating and everything is captured is so beautifully like done and like so well articulated. Allison Janney is fantastic in this movie. Sebastian Stan is also really great. Yeah, great pick. I'd be more than happy to have this on the stack.
Okay, and that's I, Tonya.
Oh, okay.
Chris,
it's fine. No, what's up? No.
All right, Brandon, what do you want to say about it?
I like I, Tonya. I think it's a really good movie. I think Margot Robbie gives her best performance of her career thus far as Tonya Harding. I think the guy who plays Sebastian Stan's friend in the movie, I think it's Paul Walter Hauser or something.
Yeah, Paul Walter Hauser.
He's really good in that movie too. He plays his role to a T, to the point where you're like, that's believable. Like that's even more believable than his character in BlacKkKlansman.
Yeah.
And then what do we got here? I love the editing of that movie. It's so tight. Like it really doesn't feel its length, which is like kind of the difficulty I think most editors have, is like trying to find the right length. And this movie did it. And it was like honestly really snubbed at like the Oscars and a bunch of the award shows.
Yeah.
It's a shame.
It's a real shame.
I've heard a lot of people say like the people who don't like this movie, I've heard like a pattern is like it feels like a movie that is like trying to emulate the style and like quality of Scorsese's films. And while I see that, I don't think it does it badly at all. I think it like it might take things from Scorsese, but like transition it into a way of its own. And yeah, I really think I honestly think it's a pretty original movie.
Yeah. I would say it feels more like going back to Adam McKay, like feels like more of a Big Short kind of film. Mm-hmm. But I think done far better in how it displays an unreliable narrator in this clearly broken character in Margot Robbie's Tonya Harding, and yeah, it's a great origin story for one of the most. Yeah, it goes into her past and how she became such like
you're making her out to be like this superhero.
And then she becomes.
You can have an origin story if you're not a superhero, Brandon.
This is the great origin story for Harley Quinn in the Birds of Prey movie.
I mean, it kind of is like Birds of Prey.
No,
it's a better Birds of Prey.
No, it's just better.
There's skating in both movies.
That's true. That is true.
Gotta give you that one.
That's my second pick. Tonya, great movie. Fantastic. Chris, take us into your number 2.
Okay. All right. So as I mentioned earlier, the movies I'm picking were mirrored in a pick that I was going to choose. So the original movie, actually there were 2 original movies I was going to choose for this one, but I gave it to something else. Was Like Mike 2 and Rebound. I don't suppose you guys have seen those.
No.
Wait, are these your 2 and 3?
No. Those two are not in my list. These were going to be one of those two was originally going to be my second pick.
I think I've seen Like Mike 1.
Not as good as the second one. Anyway, so my second pick. Oh my. Directed by this director that I've never heard of other than this movie. Rawson Marshall Thurber.
Oh, I know.
Starring Vince Vaughn, Christine Taylor, Ben Stiller, Justin Long. It is Dodgeball, a true underdog story.
What movie?
All right. Well, wow. How do I start with this movie? It is a movie surrounding the character of Vince Vaughn, Peter LaFleur. I love that name. He is a down on his luck owner of a local gym, and he is being taken over by the character played by Ben Stiller, White Goodman. And he's just the most eccentric, crazy, over the top, like off the wall character, and it's about them going to a tournament in Las Vegas with their respective teams, fighting it out for a certain amount of money. I forgot, like $10,000, I think. But then the stakes escalate. It gets personal. Things get messy, and it's just hilarious from start to finish. Ben Stiller might give one of the best performances of his career in this movie. It is absolutely hilarious. Vince Vaughn is great. I remember, like, after this movie, I saw Wedding Crashers, and then he disappeared for a little while, at least off my radar. Mm-hmm. And then he suddenly reappeared in Hacksaw Ridge in 2016, which I love. But yeah, no, Dodgeball is a great movie. Like, I have so much fun with this movie every time. It moves so fast, and it captures like this like very hyper competitive and like very eccentric side of sports or entertainment. And yeah, I mean, like, it's just so funny. Chuck Norris is in this movie. David Hasselhoff is in it. Jason Bateman's in it. I mean,
yeah, as the
Pepper Brooks.
Yep.
But yeah, hilarious movie. Like, I think this is a great movie you would sit down and watch with your friends and just enjoy yourselves. Like, it's totally fun, like, from start to finish.
This is a great, another great satire on sports and like the tournament. You know, it kind of parodies like Karate Kid and stuff like that. I mean, one of the all-time classic lines is, "If you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a baseball." No, a dodgeball. Jesus Christ, a baseball.
You can dodge a ball.
You can dodge a ball.
I'm in your head.
But yeah, it's a great team building film. It's another great underdog sports. Like Brandon said, it's always either about bad team getting good or a good team going bad, then getting good again. So we love it. We love a good underdog story in sports, and I think this is a good addition. I mean, Alan Tudyk as Steve the Pirate.
Hilarious. I mean, like, this movie, like each of the main characters. I think each of the main characters within Dodgeball in the Average Joe's team, like, they each have a reason why they're like playing this game, like why this means something to them.
Yeah,
and like. It's just so freaking funny. I mean, and Hank Azaria plays a legendary dodgeball player in an old video, and they go into the origin of dodgeball in China. It's ridiculous, but like, it's all so much fun. Brandon, Brandon, have you seen this movie?
I have nothing to say.
What?
Oh, okay.
You haven't seen it?
You haven't seen this movie?
No.
That's
wow.
I know.
I'm surprised.
I've probably seen the most sports movies out of all of you guys.
Yeah.
Put together.
This is one of the greats.
Wow, that's interesting. Brandon, so this movie and my third pick, I know you haven't seen. Ooh, that's interesting. All right, but yeah, Brandon, I think you'd honestly kind of enjoy this. Like, I think you'd get a kick out of it so long as you go into it with the fun expectations.
I love Vince Vaughn. Wedding Crashers is a great movie, underrated. I think it's kind of every Vince Vaughn comedy has kind of faded away to time for some reason.
Mm-hmm.
Not saying he's bad, but he's passable.
Mm-hmm.
But I like his movies a lot. I love Ben Stiller, so I gotta check it out. And it's been on my list, believe it or not, because there are a lot of people in Arizona. All they talk about is sports movies. Any Arizonans listening?
No.
Everybody seems to like see all of them, and I have not seen like Benchwarmers. I haven't seen Dodgeball. I haven't seen Blades of Glory.
Wow.
So it's kind of like I'm behind on a few of them, but like they've seen everything. So it's
You gotta watch all the great sports satires, Brandon.
well, yeah, but I like the serious ones or the heartwarming ones, not the satires as much.
I love the serious ones, like Angels in the Outfield.
Hey, you haven't seen it, you wouldn't know. You wouldn't know.
That's true. That's true.
At the end of that movie, spoiler alert, Danny Glover adopts the kid because his dad doesn't want him anymore. It's so lovely.
Dude,
They formed a bond.
don't have to watch anymore, I guess.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's so adorable.
Anyways, Chris, what a great pick. Thank you. That's an equally good satire sports film. I would be fine with that being on our final stack, but we'll get to that later.
Yep.
Brandon, you want to take us into our final films?
Yeah.
All right, what you got there? He's got a DVD, huh?
It's called Little Big League. It came out in 1994. So as you can see, there were a lot of baseball movies with kids in 1993 and 1994. Kind of a trend.
What's going on with that year?
It's called Little Big League. It's about a kid whose grandpa is the owner of the Minnesota Twins, and his grandpa dies and gives him the Minnesota Twins. So he's the owner, and he's 12 years old, and he makes himself the manager, the GM, and the owner of the team. And like they don't respect him at first, but this is the best. I rewatched this last night or this morning, like really early this morning, and honestly, it's much better than I thought it was when I was a kid, because this deals with real issues. Okay, real issues with being a kid and being able to like with Rookie of the Year did, but better balance between like work and play, and how like you don't really like appreciate your youth until it's gone. And these people play a game for a living, and there's real baseball players in this movie. They shoot at like multiple locations. It's not just one stadium. They shoot at the Metrodome in Minneapolis. They shoot at Yankee Stadium. They shoot at Fenway Park. They shoot at old Tiger Stadium. It's like literally all over the place. But it never loses that essence of fun, which makes it like a kids movie. But it also does something different from all the other sports movies, where you said, like at the end of every sports movie, it's like the same thing. This movie does not have the same ending, and I really appreciate that. Roger Ebert loved this movie. He gave it 3.5 out of 4. I raised my rating from 3.5 out of 5 to 4 out of 5 last night. It's a really good movie, guys.
I need to get something straight here. So when you constructed your quintessential, the one out of all three of us who's seen the most sports movies, and you had to construct the most quintessential sports movie list, you went with all movies starring children. Is that like
Is that a problem?
is children like a founding place of sports? What are you trying to say here with the stacks? Like, what are you trying to say?
I think it's really wistful to think back of youth. And there are other sports movies that I think could fit better in other categories. And like, of course, I could have tackled something more dramatic, as in like a Moneyball, or even a romantic and something like Jerry Maguire, which I both considered for this list. But I was like, I want to like keep it consistent. I want my viewers to have fun. I want them to remember what it's like to be a kid and have freedom. Like in the sense of like you just don't have anything going on and you can hang out with your friends every day. But also it's like they're really good movies, and when else am I going to use them? You know,
That's true. All right, I respect it.
Yeah.
I'll watch some kids for 4 hours.
by the way, Chris, I forgot to
Oh.
mention this, and I knew you'd love this. The
Alright.
director of Rookie in the Year is
Uh-huh.
Daniel Stern, Marv from Home Alone.
Holy shit.
It's the
I love
only
that
movie
man.
he ever directed.
That's so
Really?
funny.
Yeah.
Really? That's
Wow.
very random. Like very specific, like a very specific like tidbit about like the film industry. I mean, like Snoop Dogg has directed one movie technically.
What?
Yeah, apparently he's directed one movie.
That's like about getting high.
Yeah, it's about like weed or something like that. Oh,
Yeah.
I mean, well, what else did I expect?
Nah, I don't think so.
It's about weed or something, you know?
Probably smoking weed every day or something. I don't know. What does that dude say again? I don't know. Okay. Well, all right. There's the little boy plays baseball stack from Brandon.
It's an impassioned plea to accept your childhood. Watch Little Big League. It's on HBO Max, Ethan. I bet you'll like it.
Yeah, you think?
I do. I really do.
All right, let's make a bet. I'll watch it before next episode.
Yes.
If
If you watch both Every Which Way But Loose movies.
I'm adding it to my queue right now.
So Every Which Way But Loose and Any Which Way You Can.
Yeah.
When I see that Every Which Way You Can with no rating yet on Letterboxd, I will start Little Big League.
Even if you're in the you're doing something.
I don't
else.
care if I'm at the fucking grocery store, Brandon. I'm dropping my stuff. I'll come back for it later. I'm going home. I'm going on HBO Max, and I'm gonna watch Little Big League. I don't care if it's the middle of the night. Actually, how would I know if it's the middle of the night and I'm asleep? Anyway, but I'll drop everything I'm doing and I'll watch that film. Mark my words. What's going on, everyone? I'm editing the podcast as we speak, and looks like our friend Brandon here. Oh no, not the Epstein documentary. Looks like he's watching a little film. Any Which Way You Can. So, looks like it's time for me to get my game on, my little big game on. Woohoo!
Awesome, and I expect a review.
You want a full review?
Yeah.
Okay, you got it. I'll do that for you, buddy. We're shaking hands. We spit.
That's a sports thing.
We're trading spit. I don't think.
Oh wait, that's bad for coronavirus.
Yeah, that's not good in these times.
Oh god.
It's just a joke, guys. We're doing this over Discord. Don't worry. Okay. Good
Right.
final film. All right. Going into my final film. Y'all, you know me. One of my favorite films. I had to include one of my favorite films is a sports film. And I had to
I know what this is.
I remember when we were discussing doing sports films, you two both said I was going to do this film. And I said, no, I'm not going to do this film. That's too obvious. And then I had to do it. It was a last minute change. I had Chris, you've seen this movie. I had Shaolin Soccer.
Yes.
Oh wow.
I was going to talk about that because that movie's so fucking fun. But then at the last minute, I was like, that's already kind of like a comedy, and I already have a comedy. So I'm going to go with 1976's Rocky. This movie.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I thought we were going to do the whole thing. Okay, never mind. No, we're not. We're done. Let me talk. This movie defined the sports movie. The underdog story, the training montage. Come on. It doesn't get any more classic than this, fellas. Let me tell you. Rocky, Sylvester Stallone in a career-defining. Isn't that weird that his career-defining performance was like one of his first?
It was
Like
his
he
first
did-
movie. He sold his screenplay and his dog, and
Yeah.
then he
But
sold his
his-
dog to pay for stuff, right? And then he sold
bought
his
it
screenplay
back.
and he bought it back.
Oh, it's so good. Yeah, he was only in I've seen him in Death Race 2000. He's pretty good in that movie. But that came out ways before. But this was like his leading role, you know? And it's it's so good. I remember when I first watched it, I thought it was pretty weird because I wasn't expecting him to lose, you know? I wasn't expecting this big macho man to be such a gentle giant and take care of turtles and stuff like that, you know? And I didn't know I didn't think of it to be a love story because the Rocky character has defined a lot of machoisms, like big tough guy fight movies, you know? But it's such a soft film for the most part. It's such a soft and caring film because it's about the love story between him and Adrian and him doing this fight and him struggling if he doesn't know if he's good enough or not, you know?
I don't know if I'm good enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right.
Thanks for that. But it's such a shock that he loses at the end, you know?
But it's not about losing. It's
not about losing.
No,
It's about knowing your own self-worth, you know?
Just
and-
like Little Big League by Castle Rock Entertainment.
Why did you have to throw in the fucking production company of all?
Yeah, because that's how people recognize movies. Like, oh yeah, you know that movie is from Castle Rock Entertainment. Yeah.
We watched Castle Rock Entertainment films in our industry insider class.
Yeah, I know that.
Okay, back to
Yeah, I
Rocky.
know. Anyways, that's all I have to say about Rocky. It's a classic film. It's a classic sports film. It's got classic cinema character, and I couldn't think of a better list to put it on than sports movies. And yeah, that's my film. What do you guys think?
Rocky is a great movie.
Yeah,
That
great
is
movie.
one of the best sports movies of all time. It's unexpected. It's really quiet. It's got a great soundtrack by Bill Conti, who also did the soundtrack for Rookie of the Year. I'm not joking. Look it up.
I take it back. I'm not picking this.
Like you said, the training montages are great. It influenced a bunch of Rocky movies to come, which are kind of worse. But Rocky is a great movie. It's unexpected. The ending, you said, it defines the movie. It's Stallone's most vulnerable character, and like that makes it so beautiful because you barely see that tough guy exterior like rip back.
Yeah.
I kind of think Creed or Creed 2 is better. I love those movies, but
Wow.
Rocky is up there for sure.
They're fantastic movies, but Rocky's like the gold standard.
Listen, buddy, Michael B. Jordan.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, I'm sold.
Okay. He's a pretty good looking guy. All right, I'll give you that. Chris, what do you think?
Yeah, I really love Rocky, and like it was like you said, like the ending where you realize that not realize, but like Rocky doesn't win, but like it's not about winning. It's about the spirit of the fight and like what this means to him on a more personal and intimate level, rather than like the glory and whatever winning. Because then you start to realize like what sports are really about and what this means to like what sports means to people. It's more about like the unity and like friendship and like what you gain on an internalized level rather than what the immediate glory of winning a competition. But yeah, great movie. The montage sequence of him training, legendary. I know that sequence like the back of my hand. A dream of mine is to go to Philadelphia one day and climb those steps.
I did it. I did it. I did it with my dad. It's the best. I got a picture of me running up the steps, me with the Rocky. Maybe I'll throw them in. Bop, bop. I don't know. There they are. Look at me
running up the stairs.
I'm doing it. And then my danky ass little 2016. What year was I? It's somewhere in high school. I'm just like,
You're hanging off the Rocky statue's arm.
I love you. I love you.
Ethan, I'm surprised you. Okay, I haven't seen the movie, and we actually briefly mentioned it before we started recording the podcast. But am I correct to say Big Lebowski is a bowling movie? Not really.
It's a movie with bowling in it, but
it's not a bowling movie.
The Jesus movie. You should put that on there.
That has less bowling than in Big Lebowski.
Really?
That movie's awful. I hate that movie.
Oh.
I would never include any stacked on this list on this show.
Right.
But yeah, that's more of like a movie that has bowling, but like to be a sports movie, like the narrative's got to center on sports,
Right. Yeah.
But yeah, that's Rocky. Chris, finish us off with your third final film.
Well, the original thing I was going to pick for this one, I keep doing this, but this is the last one, I promise. Okay. The original movie I was going to pick for my third pick, Brandon has not recently, but like over the last couple months, he binged watched this entire franchise. It was Fast and Furious Tokyo Drift.
No, that's not.
Wait,
but I realized that that's not really a racing movie.
Right.
It's a crime movie revolving within racing. So but it's more leaning towards crime, less about racing. So I realized that, and I transitioned away towards another not like favorite, but like a movie that I honestly think is really underrated. I think this movie is actually pretty great, and I would love to rewatch it one day with you guys because I don't think either of you have seen it. It is a movie it was made in 2008 by two sisters, Lily and Lana Wachowski, Speed Racer.
Whoa.
You know what? I was gonna watch this on HBO Max the other day.
Is it on
and-
HBO Max?
Yes, it is.
I gotta see it.
And then I said,
Okay,
man,
let me pitch this for you, right? It is the most ridiculous, ostentatious, just off the wall, crazy. The visuals are I've never seen. Look, you guys know, and everyone get ready to take a shot. I love Cine. Anyway, so I've never seen a movie captured this way. The vibrancy of the colors, it's almost overwhelming sometimes. But that's kind of what this film is trying to portray, like how like vibrant and how lively a sport like this can be. But also the film can get very intimate about these ideas of like family and what legacy means to people. And also like it delves into like sacrifices people make for their careers, and also and like Ethan, there's a monkey in this movie. John Goodman and a monkey punch a ninja in this movie. I'm not joking. So this is such a fun movie. I think what drives people away from this movie is that they were anticipating a much more serious take on the original anime. This is based on an anime. And I think that was because like this time in film history, at least in American film, I feel like was when a lot of studios were starting to try and turn everything into a serious contemporary drama rather than like owning a fun piece the way it is.
you just gotta approach it with the right mindset.
Right. You know, so like, yeah, this movie is ridiculous, but it's ridiculous in the most like eccentric, but also still like down to earth way possible. Yeah, there's like a commentary on like materialism, but also family and all this stuff. And I honestly would advise you guys to watch this. I think you guys would really enjoy it.
I've never seen like a discourse around a film do a complete 180 like Speed Racer. When I first found out about this movie, everyone was always saying, I was like, oh, it's one of the worst movies ever made. Like, it's so terrible. But nowadays, I hear nothing but praise about how like bombastic and creative it is, and it like gets me kind of excited. I really want to watch. I'm gonna watch this movie this weekend. You know what? There you go.
Little Big League.
Little Big League.
Speed Racer.
Speed Racer, double feature, maybe. I don't know. We'll see. That's a great pick, Chris. We haven't had any real like fantasy sports movies, you know, because
Red Line.
No, on this list on Stacked.
Oh, okay.
You know, and I think I was trying to think of like a fictional sport movie I could choose. I was maybe thinking Tron with like the Disc Wars or something, but that's not the main.
It doesn't
focus
revolve
of the
around
film.
it that much. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm excited. That's a nice pick. I love it. Brandon, what do you think?
I haven't seen Speed Racer. I've heard the same things you've heard, Ethan. Like, people really didn't like the movie when it came out. A lot of people in my neighborhood talked about it and were like, yeah, it wasn't that good. And usually when kids say it's not that good, like, you don't watch it because it's not good. But like you said, like the discourse has done a 180, like how the film was like misunderstood and how visually it just is unlike anything else. It's like reminiscent of a Zack Snyder movie, but just has more energy, like something like like a Robert Rodriguez movie. Kind of feels like a Spy Kids, Lava Girl, Alita Battle Angel sort of thing. So yeah, a good choice. I prefer Redline from the visual style standpoint, but if it's
Well, you haven't
anything
seen
like,
it.
yeah, no, for a visual standpoint. But if it's anything like that in the energy that it pulls off in terms of like what racing is, I think I would really like it.
That's awesome. All right. So those are our 9 films. Let's do a little rundown again. So before we make our final decisions, Brandon, you wanna start us off with your little children movies?
They're not just okay.
They
They're
sit
family.
around a little boy in baseball. They're little children movies.
It's family movies that they curse in them.
I'm literally describing the plot. There's little children in them. They're the star, and there's baseball. What are your little children movies? Go.
I got Angels in the Outfield. I got Rookie of the Year, and I've got Little Big League. Great movies.
And I have got Talladega Nights, The Ballad of Ricky Bobby, I, Tonya, The Ballad of Tanya Harding, and Rocky, The Ballad of Rocky Balboa.
Huh.
All right. And I have Dodgeball, Cars, and Speed Racer. I feel like my titles are a lot shorter and more simplified than your guys'.
Well, I added a couple words onto mine.
Yeah.
But whoo boy. All right. Let's see here. Putting together this list. All right. I'm gonna allow Brandon to have a baseball movie.
Yeah, I'm okay with him. Of his pitches, I think the third one sounds most
The third
interesting.
one?
It's
Okay.
so good, guys. It's I as an adult think it's a really good movie. It understands the sport and like the labors of it. Like having to send somebody down or trade somebody is really depressing because that's their livelihood. And when it's done by a 12-year-old who knows his shit, it's very condescending and it can feel really like emotional, even if they have an emotional connection to that character. It's really good. Thank you. I'll take Little Big League.
All right. So how about we start off this list with Little Big League, this stack?
Because it's baby.
Because it's America's greatest pastime.
Thank you.
It's probably the most iconic sport that's been chosen on any of our stacks.
Nobody chose a football or basketball movie, which are arguably the nation's pastime right now.
Yeah. I chose 2 racing movies and a dodgeball movie.
Racing, ice skating, and boxing for me. So let's start with baseball. Little Big League is number 1. We can all agree on that?
Yeah,
I can agree with that. Yeah.
Okay. And now what I'm thinking is I'm going between 2 of Chris's films for the second. I'm thinking either Cars or Dodgeball.
Cars.
Not Speed? I'm surprised not Speed.
We haven't seen it.
That's true.
But
Yeah,
also,
I haven't seen Little Big League either.
I think we should have a good comedy in our second one, sort of like a satire.
Oh, but Speed Racer's hilarious.
oh shit.
But it's a fictional. I don't know.
They're all fiction.
Here's my.
I mean, no, but this one's like a fantastical racing sport. Like,
okay, true, yeah.
At least these ones are grounded.
Mine is very grounded.
I think either Talladega Nights, Dodgeball, or Cars should be the second one. I think Cars would be funny. What do you guys think?
I really like Cars. I think it's really underrated in terms of things. Like, I'm not lying. I think Bugs Life and Cars.
That even real quick.
Cars and Bugs Life are underrated films. Mater's an annoying character, but the rest of the movie is so good. Honestly, like if he measures up to the like Finding Dory, which is not good. Like the new stuff that Pixar's done outside, like that are sequels, are not that great.
Mm-hmm.
So I think Cars would be a great pick. It's a good comedy and it has some heart to it. I love the heart in sports movies, guys. That's what drives it for me.
Okay.
Drives it, huh? Get it? Car?
Okay, let me actually. Now I'm thinking about it. Let me pitch a full stack.
Oh shit.
With the second film included. So Little Big League's first one. I think Dodgeball should be the second one. And then because I think we need to have Rocky as the third one. I feel like Rocky has to be included on this because it's so iconic and it's such a classic film.
I'm wondering, with Brandon, correct me if I'm wrong, but is Little Big League a rather like lighthearted, like fun, enjoyable, like digestible movie?
I think it has both. Like honestly, like there's not a lot of slapstick in this movie compared to the other 2 movies. Like the other 2 movies are very kid friendly, like PGG. This is like Little Big League is like a borderline PG-13 movie just with kid characters.
Okay.
I think it tackles like really like good subjects matters, but it's not all like fun and games all the time. But it is a digestible movie. I'll give you that.
I think I have a pitch.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, so here's my pitch. We start. So here's the thing. We start. We go through the series. The stack through like the way in which it tackles sports, lighthearted all the way up to drama.
Okay.
So get this. We start with Cars or Speed Racer. Second, Little Big League, because it has that, as you said, Brandon, mix between drama and comedy and still lighthearted, but has a little sophistication there, if you will. It
does.
And Cars and Speed Racer for the first pick, I think they're much more enjoyable and digestible, but also still have a little something there for you big brain audiences. And for third pick, right? Rocky or I, Tonya? Really
I would say Rocky.
Me too.
I'm okay with either.
Because I, Tonya, just like it doesn't fit with the other 2 movies. There's like a lack of lightheartedness to I, Tonya, I think. Like, there's abuse in that movie.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah.
It'd be kind of weird to go from either Cars or Little Big League to I, Tonya.
That would be like a fourth movie if we really wanted to go there.
Yeah, if you're on a sports high, throw on I, Tonya after. But I like this. I like Cars, then Little Big League, then Rocky. It's like you kind of get 3 different types of sports. You get a race, you get a team sport, then you get a one-on-one boxing.
Oh yeah.
We cover 3 different types of sports, 3 different areas. 3 different settings, 3 different tones.
Are we saying Cars is more grounded in reality, and that's why we're picking it?
Yes,
because it fits with the other 2 movies better, because it's grounded in reality as an animated film.
If it were completely up to me, I would suggest switching to Speed, but I know you guys haven't seen it, so it's hard to, put that there. So, but I'm satisfied with Cars. But if it were up to me, it would be Speed.
Really? What do you think, Brandon?
Do we want to throw Chris a bone? Last time we kind of pissed him off, I think, with one of our choices.
Oh, yeah. All right. We'll throw in Speed Racer for you, buddy.
Yeah.
You start out wild, and then you work your way back towards more realism.
This is a crazy list.
I will say, though, because we've locked in Speed Racer, but I will say to audiences and you guys, and I think you guys can agree, Cars is a great movie. Please go watch it. It's great.
It's a good movie.
John Lasseter isn't completely a freak.
Hi, guys. I'm John Lasseter.
Because he made Cars. All right, listen.
Not Toy Story. Cars.
I'm not gonna defend the guy, but he did make Cars. So, just put that into consideration.
All right. Do we have our stack, guys?
Yeah, let's do it. Chris, start us off with this rundown.
All right, number 1, we have 2008, Lily Wachowski and Lana Wachowski's Speed Racer, a movie about family, legacy, vengeance, corruption, materialism, just the most eccentric, ostentatious way presented. And yeah, fun from start to finish. And I mean, what more do you need? John Goodman fights a ninja.
And a monkey.
And he teams up with a monkey. What else do you need, right? All right. Next up.
All right. Brandon, take us to number 2.
All right. My number 2, our number 2, obviously, is Little Big League. It captures the essence of America's pastime with the history and about what it takes to manage a big league team. It's one of the hardest sports out there in terms of strategy and in terms of execution, but anybody can play it. And honestly, if you put your heart into it, it will matter to you regardless. Sports movies are about making you feel good and about making you realize how great the world is. We're all connected. Little Big League is our number 2.
And to finish off our sports stacked list, our sports. It's Rocky. The ultimate underdog film, the ultimate training film, the ultimate emotional athlete film, Rocky. And that's just a great way to end off this triple feature we got here. And that's it. That's the list, everyone. What a stack.
That was a good stack.
I did not expect the stack to go this way. I did not expect the Wachowski's film to be on this list for the quintessential sports movies. But there it is. Like it or not, deal with it. It's there. Leave it down in the comments what you think would be a good sports stack. Share with us your picks on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. Let us know. And that'll do it for us today on Stacked. Make sure to follow us on all the grams, the Twitters. They're all down in the description. You know what it is. Boys, you want to say anything to end off this episode?
Thanks for listening.
I appreciate the support we've been getting.
Yeah.
It's weird to see people actually listen to us and have fun with us, but we really appreciate it, and we hope you like this episode.
Yeah. We're excited for the future. We have some great topics coming up soon. And I think I'm not sure when, but like sometime down the line, we're gonna start having some guest hosts come on board with us.
Oh yes.
So yeah, we'll see what we can do.
I think we're ready to have some guests on very soon. I think we've tackled how we pace the show and how we do things around here, and let's get some fresh voices on. Let's get some fresh voices. We're gonna let the guests pick the stack when they're on, so it's gonna be fun to see what they think of, and it's just gonna be a fun time. It's gonna be a fun time had by all. So please stick with us, and the future's looking bright for us Stacked Boys. So that'll be it for us. Catch you on the next episode of Stacked. Bye. Goodbye. So long. Bye. Bye.